Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I am one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host, our very good friend, is Dave.
Oh, shit. Sorry, mate.
Let me do that again. I said it wrong anyway.
Could you hear that?
Yeah. Yeah, what was that?
Someone's trying to call my phone. You know, I'm a fucking dick, right? I've signed up to, I saw it on Money Saving Expert, one of these survey sites. I thought, oh, fuck it, I'll sign up and, you know, you get a 20 quid Amazon voucher or something. Yeah. But you put your mobile number in. I've had about fucking 3 calls or something. I'm like, oh, you fucking dick. It's not worth a fucking Amazon voucher to have someone from India try and fucking sell you Euro Millions tickets or something. But anyway, sorry, mate. Right.
Right, welcome everybody to another episode of Chris and Dave's Reality Cast. I'm one of your hosts, Chris, and my co-host, our very good friend, is Dave.
Hey there, Chris, and hello to our listeners out there. Welcome to Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. We are covering Love Island Australia Season 4, Episodes 29 and 30, or the penultimate episode, Chris, and the finale. What have you got to say about this lot?
Well, Dave, this has definitely been 1 or 2 episodes too long for me. We've gone into Christmas week. Waste of my fucking life. I felt like I was watching The Bachelor. You know, I love a bit of Love Island, as you know. I always rate it as my favourite. I think, hand on heart now, Maths has overtaken it. And I do think having it on so late, and I don't know what our Aussie friends think of this, but I don't think this has hit anywhere near the heights. The UK one was just a ridiculous, you know, show this year. It really was. But I think some of the things they've tried, I don't think any of it has hit. And I think that the characters that they've picked and the casting, it's just been pretty rubbish, hasn't it? Everyone's playing the game. They're fully aware of what they've got to do. And talk about 2 boring episodes to finish the week off it. Fucking hell. I couldn't wait. I love talking to you and everyone listening. And, you know, people can call us out and say they enjoyed it. But you look on social media and the buzz for the show is just not there this time. And maybe because it's the holiday season and we're all feeling the pinch, I don't know. But I really, these last 5 or 6 episodes have been a right drag, Dave, I've got to say.
Yeah. You know, it's one of those, isn't it? The whole concept of the show, you think, well, the idea is, let's take away all the cynicism that we have, you know, and all the, you know, things behind the show. You would think that getting genuine couples onto the show and having the winners, this should be the best time of it. But I always find that last week a struggle anyway. But the way this has spilled over into, you know, basically having a couple of episodes together on their own, and just nothing happened, Chris. That's all. There was nothing to keep me engaged. It was really, I felt like it was a war of attrition, you know, just getting through it. It was a real struggle. And I said last week, I think this is the worst Love Island season I can recall us watching, and we've covered a few. But yeah, nothing in these 2 episodes sort of turned my mind around from that.
Yeah, it's weird, isn't it? Because like going into this like penultimate episode, we did get, you know, Al and Jess leave, which I was quite surprised at, because Callum and Maddie have got no skin. Callum's been awful the way he's treating all the girls, the way he speaks about me. He says the proper 80s stuff, like he says, you know, the birds, and he's like, you know, he's allowed to mug them off, and I'm doing the quotation fingers, but they're not allowed to mug him off. And I don't think he's been a likeable character at all, but he beats Al and Jess, and you know, for other people watching, especially our mulleted friend Jordan, that's how you leave together as a couple, my friend, because Jess and Al were like, we didn't win, but we found each other, and that's it. It shows exactly what a game player Jordan was. And then in the finale, where was Phoebe Hates Dave? Well, she wasn't sat with Jordan, was she? So what a cock. I really laid into this guy the last week. There's probably people out there going, I don't understand that. I'm sure I'll get an email, but he was the fakest of the fake. Him and Stella are 2 absolute game players who stayed to the end, but ultimately looked like a pair of bellends. So, yeah, they left, and I was a bit surprised. I didn't think Al was going to win it. I didn't think he deserved to win it because of the Maths history. I think that would have been wrong. But, yeah, just they've gone, and it's like, yeah, okay, fair enough. And it was a bit of a crappy episode, the penultimate one.
Yeah. I mean, it's almost like the whole season, in fact, not just these 2 episodes, but they've taken ice cream and gave us vanilla. You know, they've just taken all of the things out of the show that spice it up, really. Stuff like Casa Amor. You know, Chris, I can't remember the last time any of the Love Islands did this, but where, you know, an unpopular couple will, or unpopular group, say it's 2 or 3 couples or whatever, and then the group has to make a decision, or somehow, you know, someone who has a genuine connection has to be split up. You know, you had it with Stella and that bloke, didn't you, where one of them would have to leave, but he'd literally just got there, and Stella was like, well, I'm not leaving. And he was like, oh, I'll do the shipper us thing and I'll leave. But, you know, when you have a genuine couple with a genuine connection and one of them has to go, you know, that's the sort of drama you want. And, you know, there was no, I think I mentioned Casa Amor, you know, not being there. It's like, oh, we'll be clever and take that out. Or maybe it was a budgeting thing, but, you know, that when you've got genuine couples, that does really, you know, shake things up a bit. And yeah, it's just left me cold on the whole franchise, to be honest, this one. I said it multiple times now. I just feel like they've jumped the shark with this one.
Yeah, I think you're right. And even going into the last episode, we got the lovely Sophie Monk there, Dave, another tremendous outfit. She's
you change your tune so much.
Excuse me, Dave. I'll have you know. But, you know, Sophie's there. She's trying her hardest, isn't she, to make it engaging. I mean, Phoebe, OG Phoebe and Mitch don't really care. They look proper desperate in this final, like they were trying everything to win. Maddie and Callum, there's no way they were going to win. And what made me laugh is when they're doing the VTs of the couples, Maddie and Callum have been together about 3 days and they're trying to put this montage together of this like couple who are madly in love. And I'm like, fuck me, we are dragging the fucking dregs of the fucking footage here, guys, to make this look convincing to us. But I think what I've got leaves a sour taste in my mouth is Claudia and Austin is like, yeah, you know, if you look at it realistically, and they're trying to, you know, kid us as the audience, they've been on a journey. Her ex came in and tried to rock it up, and then he left, and I even said, what a play by him. Like, you know, there's no one else in here. I can't fake it. You've come for you. You don't want me. I'm gone. You know, and she was like, took back by that. And I said to you, in the long run, that potentially could work. I think it probably will. But Claudia was not a likable character for me. You know, we both said it. She was up and down. Her attitude towards people wasn't right. She wasn't absolutely a horrendous person, but very immature and that. And Austin seemed to be the only one who was likable. So he sort of dragged him over the line for the win. But like you, at the end of it, I was like, well, you've got 3 couples who I have no fucking investment in whatsoever. And Austin was the only one out of the 6 I thought was a nice guy. So it's like, well, it had to be him. And I still say, Dave, Chris and Dave need to do some investigation work, which probably means me, and that'll be me just Googling one line of what is
Chris Phelps investigation.
Chris Phelps investigations.
As you do some Googling with a cup of tea and a biscuit.
Yeah, Chris Phelps does one fucking live search and convinced that's the real story. Of the super fans, I fucking need to know what's going on with this, Dave. It's pissed me off somewhat rotten, this super fans bullshit, because we've never done it in the UK. And obviously Love Island is huge in the UK. So I don't think it's as big in Australia. I think, you know, it's big, but it's not as big. And I'm just like, the whole premise of that is open for me to manipulation. I find that it leaves a bit of a bad taste to me, because it can be engineered whoever you want to win it, really.
And it can be, but the engineer it in a good way. You know, I mean, maybe not with the final, and I guess that's what it's missed as well, hasn't it? You know, just that audience interaction. The fact that, you know, at some point you've got to vote for your favourite couples, so you get the app and, you know, you vote for whoever you want, and then the least popular, you know, will be evicted or up for a vote of eviction or something like that. Whereas this, you know, it's the so-called superfans, the Illuminati, Chris, who are basically just deciding, you know, probably based on ratings or something, you know, based on the show 100%. You know, it does leave a little bit of a sour taste. I mean, I wasn't too bothered by the, you know, Claudia and Austin, probably best out of a bad bunch. I still think the way she handles stuff is out of order. Austin's gonna, potentially marry into get into an Italian family, Chris, and currently binging Sopranos, as you know, and so I don't think that's going to end up well for him. But no, I hated the way she spun that whole thing when she was bullshitting about, or talking shit about Austin, and the whole outcome, the whole conflict resolution was, well, Phoebe, shut your fucking mouth and stop dobbing me in. And Austin's like, fucking, she's pissing on him and calling it rain. I just wasn't, I guess, invested in any of these couples. So even if there was a public vote, I still think it would have gone that way. I think Claudia and Austin probably would have won it. I mean, Phoebe and Mitch would probably have had their supporters, but, not buying into them at all. And, the naivety of it, she's like, oh, look, I turned this fuckboy into, not being a fuckboy. Yeah, all right. Just the naivety of it irritates me. Callum and what's-her-face, is it Madeline?
Yeah.
He's just a complete dick as well, really fucking disrespectful. I don't like him. He was handy to have there to stir up the drama at times, but, completely unlikable person. And then fourth, you like you say, you had Al and Jess, a 10 out of 10 weapon, apparently, 10 out of 10 fucking tool.
So, no, I hate that weapon.
Yeah, he's a fucking idiot. So yeah, just utterly unlikable people, and no real investment in any of the couples, really. I mean, I think Austin will be a doormat, so I could see, him and Claudia might stick around together for a little while, but I mean, the others have got fucking no chance of making it to the airport, have they?
No, and I can see someone like Jordan or Callum. They're definitely going to be possibly Stella on maths or some sort of reality stuff. Callum could potentially come back to the UK and, go on every man and his dog's reality show, Dave. These people know. Callum, for me, I said to you when we were watching it, I know he's from Wales, but he's absolutely out the Geordie Shore mould, where he would make a career in the UK. Like me and Sam were watching Celebrities Go Dating on Channel 4. And there's a guy called, I think I mentioned this guy, he's called Pete Wicks, right? And he's off Tower. He's about 40. He's got like brown, long hair, Dave. Very Tarzan type. He's got a beard and good looking guy, the piercing blue eyes. But he's been on there. He's just basically, because he's getting that old, he's morphing into fucking Wayne Lineker, Dave. It's like, but he's on every fucking reality show. He's been on Celebrities Go Dating now. I think it's the third or fourth time the season starts. And they go, oh, Pete Wicks is back. And it's like, why? But he's had a career on X on the Beach. He's, Towie's what he's still on. He's been on all these little shows he pops up on. He's been on SAS, I like the SAS show, the Celebrity SAS one. He's been on everything. That's what Callum is made for. That horrible, cocky, misogynistic attitude is what they thrive on in the UK on these reality shows. And he will be on. Callum, you've not seen the end of him, Dave. Either we'll cross paths with him again, or he'll appear on something like Love Is Blind or Too Hot, probably Too Hot to Handle more than anything. Some stupid thing, because he's an absolute fucking tool, if I'm being honest. Like, I agree. He is a weapon, but a weapon as in a fucking knobhead weapon. Because it's just
a fucking dick.
I just, me, as a parent, and I'm not saying I'm the greatest parent in the world, I'm the greatest person in the world. We're always open to judgment, what people think of us. But if that was my son or daughter and they're acting like that, I fucking would have them, Dave. I wouldn't do it. I'm not saying you throw them under the bus publicly, but you'd be like, you need to fucking rein it in. You need to grow some respect. He's just absolute reality TV fodder, Callum. He will literally make a career out of it if he's clever enough.
It's an interesting angle you've taken there. So the parent angle, I agree. If that was my son, I'd be fucking embarrassed.
Yeah.
And I'd be fucking dragging him around. I'd be like, what the fuck are you doing? That is completely unacceptable. But, he just gets enabled, doesn't he? You can see it when they meet the parents and stuff. It's just like, oh, yeah, isn't he funny? Oh, cheeky chappy, boys will be boys. No, it's fucking completely disrespectful. Fucking, he's not okay. And I guess that irritates me about this show as well. Some of the really problematic behaviour just never gets called out. I only ever hear us talking about that, the shit that is unacceptable, and even like the official podcasts and stuff, they never call it out really. It's like, again, just take that angle of boys will be boys. There are some real fucking societal problems that get shown up on this show that just never get tackled. And yeah, I tell you what, say Jordan comes home with like Callum or any of this lot.
Yeah.
I mean, Callum would be the fucking worst, wouldn't he? I can just see your face now in my mind's eye.
Imagine that.
I don't imagine you have a shotgun, but, maybe you could polish your fucking Rocky statue or something.
It would be though, wouldn't it? It would literally be fucking. You would just have him, wouldn't you? You'd just be like, nope. He comes straight in. All right, pops, fuck off. Yeah. Get out my door. I don't even know you, you little bellend. Fuck off.
Look, he is an incredibly good-looking bloke.
He is a good-looking bloke.
And if a girl gets with him, and it's a purely transactional relationship where they're just in it to ravage each other's bones, like, fair enough, that is what it is. But, don't come on fucking like Love Island and pretend that you're in it for love and you're going to play out this monogamous life. And for that, he's the worst. But, so I'm not saying he's bad for everyone. Just, it wouldn't be welcome in my house.
Or mine, David, or mine. But so, have you got any last thoughts, Dave? Because I know this was going to be a short one, and because it was so all over the place, and just I found the sick bucket was just getting pulled consistently. Like it was just like, oh God, come on, like how much are you going to try and convince us that these are all going to stay together?
Yeah. So I don't know if there'll be another season. We've got the Winter Love Island coming up. I can't say I'm chomping at the bit for that. And it did make me laugh, actually. When I was watching these episodes and I'm thinking, God, this is fucking terrible. And I know for a fact that you are hating it as much as I am. But then your brain switches because then you focus and you think of me watching it and how much I'm hating it. And I can hear it in your voice and you're like, oh, I fucking love this. I'm making Dave watch this shit. So...
How dare you? How dare you?
So even though I am not looking forward to Winter Love Island at all in the UK, I know as soon as you've fucking taken the mic off, you've put it down, you're rubbing your hands together, you're like, whoa, Love Island's coming back on in January. But no, I think for this episode, or this closing out this season, I think it has been a poor one. I don't know if there'll be another Australia. If there is, they'll really need to change things up, have a hard look at themselves, because I just can't imagine there'll be many people watching this one. And maybe that's why, it's probably like Neighbours, isn't it? Probably there isn't a massive Australian crowd for this. So they're just putting it out there for the Brits, really.
Yeah.
I just want to thank everyone out there for coming along with us and suffering along with us. There might actually be, Chris, people who enjoyed this because there was less drama. There wasn't as much Casa Amor and stuff like that. Maybe. I don't know. I think it's a very short or small intersection of people who listen to us and people who, don't love the drama and love all the romance and stuff like that. But yeah, I think that's pretty much me for this season, I think.
Well, Dave, we have got a little bit of a good news as well. Our great friend Hannah has had the baby now. So I think it's Kaylin is the baby's name. So please forgive me, Hannah, but congratulations to her husband, Dave. And young Kaylin will be the first one to wear the reality radar baby grow, nice. David. So congrats to them both and welcome. What a great time.
That's such great news. Congratulations. That's amazing, that. So, yeah, unbelievable stuff. First CD reality cast baby.
Whoa, hang on a minute. Steady, how you?
That sounds wrong, doesn't it?
It's not fucking Jeremy Clarkson here, Dave. There's no DNA test going down, if you don't mind. But no, congrats, Hannah. It's so nice. And, you know, she's been there. She's one of our Patreons, and she's on Discord as well a lot, Dave. And, you know, watches along with a lot of the stuff that we do. And she calls us both out quite a lot as well. So. Yeah. And tell me off, because I've got a feeling I've pronounced that wrong, Dave. So please forgive me, Hannah. But anyway, and also, guys, just before we do go, a massive thank you for me and Dave, because obviously this is going to be our last show for this year, 2022. You've all been so good with us. Even when you're calling us out or you disagree with us, we take it all on the chin. We don't always get it right. We just call people and call the shows we watch. If the bell ends, the bell ends. If you think we're being bell ends, then call us and we'll read it out. Good, bad reviews, it doesn't matter. It's what this show's about. It's just us observing what we see and then calling it out. So it's been lovely this year. We've had so many new people join us on Facebook and social media. And long may it continue. And like Dave said, Dave knows when he gets the phone call when there's been a trailer for Love Island, because he probably watches it at the same time. And I ring up and I go, all right, Dave. And he goes, fuck off, and puts the phone down. And then I can't get hold of him for a couple of hours till he's cooled off. Then he rings me back and goes, I'm not watching. I go, but Dave, just have a look at this. And then about an hour later, I get, I'm in. So don't worry, guys. I'll drag David into this fucking mix. Don't you worry.
I'm as bad as Claudia, aren't I, really?
Yeah.
For inconsistency.
But no, thank you as always. If you want to email us, guys, cdrealitycast@gmail.com. If you want to follow us on social media, @cdrealitycast. Please go to Facebook, as I just said, Chris and Dave's Reality TV Cast. It's a request to join. We'll get you in there straight away. And a massive thanks this year as well for Charlene for moderating and running the page as well. So thank you so much, Charlene. If you do want to support us, go over to patreon.com/CD Reality Cast. And 2022's final Roll Call of Honor, Dave. So here we go. So big thanks to Ken, Lucky Lulu Green, Lauren, Hennessy, Susan, Priscilla, Dee Dee, Katie, Libby, Joanna, Jacqueline, Brianna, Helen, Keith, Michelle, Gillian, Zoe, Kristen, Maggie, Annabeth, Kate, Megan, and Cassie. So thank you so much, guys, for all your support. It's been so good. Everyone has been with us through this last year. It's been great stuff.
No, it's been absolutely brilliant, and echo all of that. Thanks. It's so humbling, as we say. But Chris, last episode of the year. It's been an emotional one, as they say. So thanks very much to you, sir, and thanks to everyone out there. If you celebrate Christmas, then Merry Christmas. It's just been the first day of Hanukkah, hasn't it? So if you celebrate that, whatever you celebrate, but spend time with the family and watch some shit TV, eat too much, drink too much, all of that good stuff. And we'll see you in 2023. So Happy New Year for when that one comes as well. So thanks for listening, and we'll speak to you next time.
Bye.